Hi everyone. Today's video is about the equations of circles. So before we go over the equation of a circle, let's just review what a circle is. So you have some point. Let's set this point at the origin. So we have this point. So the circle is the set of all points that are equidistant from that point. So for example, we have this point, so we have this one. So let's take the set of all points that are say are away from the origin. Right, and so you could imagine you could rotate around, and all of these points are away from the origin. And I'm going to try my best to draw at least a somewhat perfect looking circle. I couldn't be able to do a perfect job of it, but you get a sense. So all these points on the circle are exactly away from the center. Now the question is, how do we find an equation in terms of Rx and Y that describe all these points? Well, we know how to find the distance between 2 points on a coordinate plane. So if we were to draw a vertical line over here, so the vertical distance here is Y. So now we gotta do exactly the same thing to draw a horizontal line from the center of the circle to the edge of the circle. So then the horizontal distance is X. Now notice that this is a right angle, since we have vertical and horizontal lines, and the triangle is a right triangle. And if we use the Pythagorean theorem, then we should get x squared plus y squared equal to r squared, and r is the hypotenuse of the right triangle, and at the same time is the radius of the circle. Now if the circle is centered at the origin of the coordinate plane, then this equation would be the equation of that circle. Now what if the circle is not centered at the origin? Then what would be the equation of that circle? So let's say that the center of the circle is HK. So these are the x and y coordinates of the center, and let xy represent a point on that circle. So we have the distance from the center to the point is r. So this is the radius of that circle. Now we're going to use the distance formula to develop an equation for this circle. So we have the distance formula is d equal to the square root of x2 squared minus x1 squared plus y2 squared minus y1 squared. Right, now let's say that the distance here is r, so then x2 will be x and x1 would be h, and y2 would be y and y1 would be k. Now let's substitute this value in the formula. So we get for r, so we get r is equal to the square root of x minus h squared plus y minus k squared. Now if we square both sides, then we should get x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equal to r squared. So this is the standard form of the equation of a circle. And this standard form of the equation of a circle is also called the center radius form. Now, in the particular case where the center is the origin of the coordinate plane, as we mentioned before, then this equation becomes x squared plus y squared equals r squared, because both h and k are zeros, so then we just leave with x squared and y squared on the left side of the equation. Now let's do some examples about equation of circles. So the first one, we're going to write the equation of a circle center at 1, -8 and with radius 7. So we have the standard form of the equation of a circle is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equal to r squared. Now we have, since the center is 1 and -8, then h should be 1 and k -8, and the radius is equal to 7, and then we substitute all these values to the h, k, and r of the equation. Then we get x minus 1 squared plus y minus -8 squared equal to 7 squared. Notice that negative and negative here will become positive, so then this negative 8 will become positive 8. And if we simplify the equation, then we should get x minus 1 squared plus y plus 8 squared equal to 49. And this is the equation of that circle. Now, the second question here is to find the equation of this circle at the graphed at the right side. So if we look at the picture, then we can clearly see that 0, 4 is the center of this circle, and we have a given point on the circle which is 0 and 7. So again, we have the standard form of the equation of a circle is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equal to r squared. We have h is 0 and k is 4, and the radius here is 3, because we have the distance from the center to this point, so we have 3 units. So we can just count the units, or we can do 7 minus 4, then we get 3 for the radius. and if we plug in these values to the h, k, and r of the equation, then we'll get x squared plus y minus 4 squared equal to 9. In this example, we're going to write the equation of the circle with center at -2, 4 that passes through the point -6, 7. So the first step here is to find the distance between the points to determine the radius. So we need to find the radius by using the distance formula. So we have r equal to the square root of x 2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. Notice that x1 is -2 and y1 is 4, x2 is -6 and y1 is 7. Then if we plug in these values to the x's and the y's in the formula, then we get r equal to square root of -6 minus -2 squared plus 7 minus 4 squared, and this is equal to square root of 25, which can be simplified to 5. Now the radius is, we get the radius, which is 5. Now we have everything we need to write the equation of this circle. So we have the coordinate of the center and we have the length of the radius. So h is -2, k is 4, r is 5. We have the standard equation of a circle is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equal to r squared, and if we plug in the above values to the h, k, and r of the equation, so we should get x minus -2 squared plus y minus 4 squared equal to 5 squared, and this can be simplified to x plus 2 squared plus y minus 4 squared equal to 25, which is the equation of the circle. In this problem, we have the equation of a circle is given, which is x squared plus y squared minus 8x plus 2y equal to -8. And the question is to find the coordinates of the center and the measure of the radius, then to graph the this equation. So the first step is to isolate and group like terms. So we isolate the x's, or group the x's together and the y's together. And the next step is to complete the square. And I'm going to show you how to do this. So let's start with x squared minus 8x. So we have 8 squared minus. So to complete the square, we have to add a number c right here. Now the question is, what number are we going to add? The first step here is to locate the coefficient. So then we have the coefficient of x squared is 1, so which can be labeled as an a, and we have -8 is the coefficient of x, which can be labeled as a b, and then we have to add a number c. So the question is, what number c are we going to add in this case? So what we're going to do is we'll take half of the middle term b. So we have b over 2 is equal to -8 over 2, which can be simplified to -4. Then we square this -4. So if we square it, then we will get positive 16. So the number that we're going to add in this case is 16. Now we got a new trinomial, x squared minus 8x plus 16, and this can be written as x minus 4 square. Now you can see that this negative 4 is the same as the half of the middle term. And now remember that in the equation we have to add 16 on both sides to keep the equation balanced. Now we're going to do the same thing for the y's. So on the y's we have y squared plus 2y. So we have to complete the square for this one by adding a number right here. So the first step we said is to take half of the middle term. So in this case b equal to 2. Then b over 2 in this case is 2 over 2, which is 1. Then we're going to square the 1, so we get the same thing. 1 square is 1. And then the number that we're going to add in this case is 1. And like I said earlier, we have to add 1 on both sides of the equation to keep it balanced. Now the new trinomial that we get for y's is y squared plus 2y plus 1, and this can be written as y plus 1 squared. And again you can see that this one is the same as half of the middle term. Now we get on the equation, so we have x minus 4 squared plus y plus 1 squared equal 9, and this after completing the square. Notice that this positive 1 can be written as minus a negative 1, and we did this step because we have to write the equation, or we have to match this equation to the standard form of the equation of a circle. So remember that in the standard form we have x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals to r squared, and we do the same thing for 9. So 9 can be written as 3 squared. Now if we do the comparison right here, then we will get h equal to 4, k equal to negative 1, and r is equal to 3. Right, now in the coordinate plane, so we're going to plot the center, so this one for negative 1, and 4 points that are 3 units away from the center, because the radiuses are equal to 3. So then the distance from the center to any point on the circle must be 3. Then we sketch the circle through these 4 points.